Okay. All right. Welcome back, everybody. First thing we're going to do. I'm gonna get into the game real quick. You know what? I'm actually gonna open up another tab so I can multitask this. Um,
Probably for the
Go ahead
best.
and get rid of these guys right here. Can everyone roll Destiny for me?
Well, of course, sir.
I would like to remind the GM that we have 3+ light side points apparently now.
Mm, what is everyone's morality right now?
I was above
Uh,
70.
Give me 1 second to check, but I'm reasonably sure that Adrian is above 70 as well. Uh, 1 second. Morality. Yeah, Adrian is now at 71.
Cool. All right. I'm trying to promote Destiny point usage, so this is me telling you guys to just use them points because
Fair
you
enough.
got
Ooh.
so many.
You've got 5. Jeez.
We have quite a few.
Yeah.
The gods are on our
Um.
side.
Uh,
e-
Whatever the force is.
I call it the gods, but whatever.
I know, right?
Um. All right. So, would we like a recap?
I don't need one,
Yes.
but okay.
All right.
Always welcome a recap.
Fair enough.
All right. Eddie, you ready for a recap? Hello.
Ed.
Ed is muted for some reason.
Possibly blowing their nose.
I was blowing my nose like
Yeah.
5 minutes ago and forgot to turn it back on. I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
Yes, I am ready for a recap.
Awesome. Cool. So last we left off, you guys had a little bit of a shootout to get in, or attempted to stealthily sneak into the temple. That didn't work out because you guys ended up firing shots, which are very loud. You guys didn't think about that. So then other droids came in after you killed the original 3 battle droids that were guarding the secret entrance to the temple. They came running. You guys ran into the temple, sealed the door shut behind you. With the hermit procuring some glow sticks, giving each of you one. He leads the way stealthily, so you use his stealth rolls to sneak through the temple. You guys went to the computer room. Tried to kind of look through hollow recordings or anything of value. To no effect. After Quinn kind of took a little bit of a look at the computer, to no avail, gave up. To which Mikia said, and I quote, "I would like to guess the password to this computer." So I said, "Okay, it'll be 5 red." This freaked him out because his literal words was, "I want to guess the password," not "I want to hack into it," not "I want to override it. I just want to guess the password." So I said, "Okay." Uh, that happened. You guys decided this room was garbage and left.
I'm going to check the recordings to make sure I said that.
That's
Oh, I'm
why I
pretty
made
sure
that's
that's
why I
what
made
you
it
said,
difficult.
dude.
That's why I made the difficulty as high as I did.
Ah, fuck.
No, you literally were just like, "What's the password?"
Yeah.
Okay, like I said, I'm not doubting. I've said worse shit.
You've also misheard me before, but anywho, you guys then went to the sparring area, the old Deveron Temple sparring area, where things got a little bit hooky. Um, as Quinn and Mika were kind of running around, kind of exploring the dark and dingy sparring room, Mika goes over to a train dummy and starts kind of boxing with it. Quinn starts looking around, taking pictures. Adrian finds a little divot in the wall. A little divot in the wall that has a very, very intricate and strict design about it. Using his powers of conjure, his force powers of conjure, uh, catching the eye of the hermit while he does so, makes a key for this door. He gets inside, and inside he finds a knife. a hunting knife that quite literally was calling his name. He picks it up. While that was going on, Mikia started chesting up to Hermit, telling him never to speak about this. To which the Hermit kind of just said, "Why would I?" Basically, there's an eventual stalemate. Adrian walks out, says, "What did I miss?" And here you all are now.
Ah, 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 ah. Going back and forth, like what's happening with Adrian? What's happening with Mikia and Hermit?
Okay, can we all just calm the temperature for just a second?
Why are you choosing my voice?
The Adrian would notice that I have dropped my accent, and he would know what that means at this point.
Possibly, yeah.
Are you hurt?
Honestly, no. I just found something. What are you two talking about?
What'd you find?
Adrian just grasps the hilt of the knife and kind of pulls it from his belt where he's been keeping it. Just like,
This.
Fascinating. Click.
I put the sword back into the belt loop that I have for it now. What happened out here was not important. We should try to find something else. I Hermit, and I make sure my glow stick's got a little bit more juice in it, and I just very quietly put everything back in my poncho and just kind of make it very well known that I want to leave this room.
I kind of pull Adrian down to my level. You're being very grumpy.
No, you think?
Yes, I do. I do believe it is time to head out. If there's nothing else.
Nothing I can see. Where else is there?
There are still three blunted vibro swords. And I believe I said, let me go back and look at the room. 4 sets of like puffy sparring armor on mannequins.
Would we be able to discern that these padded armor, these pads essentially would boost whatever we have?
One more time, you cut out.
Would we be able to discern that the pads provide better protection than what we're wearing now?
Perhaps. However, I will remind you, you will be wearing sparring gear the entire time that you are wearing it. It's not like Final Fantasy where your gear never changes, but you just change the stats of it. Nah, son, you gotta put on that full sparring gear to have those effects.
I'm not disagreeing. I understand what that means. I'm asking does my heavy clothes protect me better than the pads?
Go ahead and make me a what check would this be? This would be a make it a streetwise. Yeah, streetwise check. Streetwise equals insight. I'm fine with this.
Difficulty?
3 purple.
Certainly love giving out 3s. First failure of the day. Go! There we go.
I mean, your jacket's just a jacket. These are sparring pads.
I grab a set of sparring gear and put it in the backpack that I have.
What is your encumbrance level right now, along with the 3 encumbrance that the vibro sword keeps?
With that, it would be I'm currently at 6, but I have a maximum limit of 10 because of the backpack.
Okay. Let me see. You would be 2 points over encumbrance. If you pick as you start removing these bits of armor off of the mannequins, you realize that these are like weighted. Like these are heavy.
Mikia, maybe I can take that.
I pull out the vibro knife that I've got in my poncho, do a quick flip, and hand him the handle.
Sure, but I was just gonna take the
I've got
armor.
it. I've got it.
I don't think you do, sir. You're looking.
All right.
I said I have it.
Adrian picks up the vibro knife, puts it beside the other one on his belt. It's like,
I'll just hold on to this for you.
Thank you. And I put the weighted armor in my backpack,
Mhm.
and I noticed that it kind of sits heavy on my back, so I just kind of try to adjust the straps a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So remind me, Gio, encumbrance of your vibro knife?
it's one. It's literally one. It's enough to where I can barely put this in my backpack, and I can't put anything else in my backpack. I can't carry anything else.
Because if you were at 6 encumbrance out of 10, this thing is encumbrance 6. So you'd have to get rid of something else.
I see that the weight, like I feel I basically feel like the pressure hitting my back, and
You start to kind of feel the tension of the straps as they kind of start weighing it down.
yeah,
Like me in high school.
I put the backpack down. I kick the bag because at this point I'm just frustrated at everything and everyone. And I just kind of look back at Adrian and I go, "Fine, you carry it." And I motion for him to give me his backpack, or we'll just switch out the armor for whatever he's got in there.
okay, I will pick up. Yeah, even with the new knife, that should put me at max encumbrance.
Well, hand me back my knife. Might as well.
Yeah, yes, I give you back your knife, but I'm talking about the new knife that I got.
Oh, sorry.
His new knife.
His
The
new
new
knife. New hotness.
Yes.
I get it.
New hotness.
The new
Old and
hotness.
busted.
So we
New
switch out
hotness.
backpacks, and I go, "Is it too much?"
It's a little heavy, but I can handle it.
We'll need to get it back to the ship as soon as possible. Let's just get going.
Yeah, I think you two are gonna have
There
to
we
pick
go.
up.
There we go. There he is.
Ah, I see.
Devious little bastard. All right.
I need to change his image when I have time, but I don't have time right now, so we won't worry about it.
So
Cool. So after the bag is kicked, the hermit kind of like turns and looks at you and just holds up a finger to his mouth, like shut up. He turns back to the door and kind of like looks around. He looks at the group of you and goes, "All right, where to now? Are we done here?"
we're done in this room, but I would request that we head to the meditation chamber.
Why?
I have my reasons.
I'm not against it if Mikia wants to go there. We're still looking for.
This is true. We do still need stuff to pay off our debt. I guess.
If it's unanimous, then we'll go to the meditation chamber.
To be fair, I'm voting just going along.
I don't want to argue semantics with you, little one.
Same.
None of us do. Let's just get going.
He nods. He goes to lead the way. Is anyone going to help him?
Yes.
Yeah, someone else can help. I'm gonna have Adrian play rear guard.
All right.
I will stand up front with Hermit just because I'm very good with the blaster.
Fair enough. This is his roll for stealth.
I thought the droids all
Roll a-
left.
No, they are still actively patrol. You shot a bunch of them and ran into the temple. They're still patrolling.
I could have sworn last episode you said that they're outside the temple now, but fine, it's DM.
I said, the unit patrols past you. This is a big temple. There are a lot of units looking for you.
So that unit was
I'm
done.
not disagreeing. I was just trying to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Again, DM rules.
No, and in fact, as the hermit starts sneaking past, he stops everyone as a bigger battalion of battle droids goes past. It's about 8 strong, this unit. And he stops and kind of like motions you to all flatten up against the wall, as you see that they are now starting to spread out into smaller groups and go down hallways. They're starting to kind of focus less on outside security, it would seem, and focus more on finding you 3 or you 4, I guess.
Yeah, they're starting an inward search pattern. That's not a good sign.
And this is the same thing that Hermit would relay to you. But he successfully sneaks around, guides you all through, and you get to kind of like this archway, big enough for 2 people to fit through side by side, with a little hallway, kind of similar to the Jedi Council chambers, in style. To whereas it kind of goes to a sort of outer wall of the Deveron Temple, and is encased in glass, kind of like overlooking some jungle canopies. Of course, it's nighttime, so there's not a whole lot to see. The light of the moon can only do so much, but you do see like the light pollution of the floodlights that the battle droids are using to see.
Adrian's going to make a motion for everyone to quash their glow sticks, because that's going to be a dead giveaway.
Mikia still hides it underneath his poncho, so that way the light is choked quite a bit.
Hermit does the same. As you all kind of snuff your glow sticks, you look around the room. The room, much like I said, is very designed like the council room, except instead of the chairs, there are pillows. There are little like kind of dead potted plants now. Kind of like some broken vases on the ground. Some plinths are kind of knocked over. Very dilapidated. The pillows are moth-eaten and worn. Very dusty in here. No one's been here in a very long time.
I begin
to
look around the room to see if there's anything that needs to be displaced or possibly anything of value that could have been left behind. Basically just kind of doing a standard check of what's there to see.
Perception with 2 purple, please.
Is this the general perception check?
I'm going to go ahead and spend a destiny point, because why not?
Fair.
Get him, Sylvie. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him.
What? You want dog?
What is happening?
I was getting a drink, and Sylvie ran up and started attacking me.
Vicious dog.
No, she is ruthless. Let me tell you.
Based on that roll, I feel like Adrian is too busy trying to use his new knife to focus on anything in the room.
Okay, so we'll go in the order that it was rolled. Mr. Quinn.
Yes.
What would Quinn be looking for? What would Quinn be doing?
Nothing in particular. Just looking at the layout of everything, trying to take pictures as much as it. Kind of taking pictures of generally a layout of a meditation room in case like need to describe one in the future. Anything just in general, pictures on the walls of anything, any depictions. Anything of historical value, honestly.
Gotcha. Okay, so now I will let you use those 3 threats. What do you think happens as as you are going around this kind of dark room getting pictures?
How bad do I need do? Am I allowed to go? Like, am I like giving away our position bad, or like just like, oh shit, I don't find too much bad, or I find something
It's
bad?
it's not a despair. So nothing crucial happens, but something very inconvenient to the
Ah,
party or you or something like that.
Pad
may,
loses power.
Mhm.
no, I just charged. No, no, I feel like it's more of like I kick a pillow, a meditation pillow, and the room just like floods with bugs.
So as as Quinn is kind of walking backwards, he like hits hits a plinth that wasn't knocked over, and it tilts, and that hits a pillow in such a way to where it flies. That smacks another pillow, and the dust and disturbance of the 2 pillows hitting together, dust everywhere, and like all these little insects and bugs start crawling everywhere as their little legs start crawling over Mikia's toes, and like even Adrian's starting to get like some bugs crawling on him. Um,
Miki is
uh,
actually more at home. Like he's used to. I'm used to these fucking streets. Like bugs crawling on me is a regular Tuesday.
Fair enough. Um, Cedric, you can do that. But it's gonna be 1 black for the bugs, 1 black because everyone can because there's no place really to go.
I
And the
completely understand. I'm just trying to play into what you just told me while, trying to keep
difficulty
it a little.
difficulty will be 3 purple.
Thank you. I'm still going to make the roll. I just wanted to ask before I did
Oh,
anything.
add 1 more black simply because you have eyes on you.
Perfect. So 3 black, 3 purple, stealth roll.
Yeah. Also, Geo, you said you were using a destiny point, right?
I did use a destiny point,
To upgrade that yellow.
Okay.
which helped.
Cool.
Sort
It
of.
did. It did.
Let's see if it was actually useful for anything.
Uh,
Do with that what you will.
tell you what, Mikia,
Hi.
do you want to see that, or do you want to see something else
I
with your 3? Yeah,
my
go on.
my purposes in here are not to. At this point I don't care what he's doing. I'm trying to find something that might help our common cause. I'm not even really paying attention to what they're doing or what anybody's doing. My frustration has driven me to where it's just like I'm trying to find something to get us out of this fucking predicament.
Gotcha. So with your three successes, you kind of hone in on yourself. You're frustrated. You're fed up. You don't like this masked guy. Adrian's being Adrian. You don't like Quinn too much. You're in this stupid dark temple. What would Mikia think is the ticket out of here? Like,
Especially in the meditation room, because especially from what Mikia knows from the stories of the Jedi, they meditate to hone their own skills, and they learn knowledge through meditation, and are able to calm their minds. There must have been something to help them do that, whether that be some sort of long lost meditation stone or a holocron that just had some advice on meditation, or even a script or a book or a tablet of something. Because this is a temple where they taught how to be a Jedi. It wasn't just a temple for masters or anything like that. There had to be something in here about some ancient knowledge that even the people on Coruscant wouldn't necessarily know. And that's what Mikia knows more than anything. Knowledge is truly currency when it comes to things like this. So if I could find something that nobody else knows, that nobody else can know, that sort of knowledge is fucking priceless.
Would you say that Mikia has ever meditated before?
Yes, meditations were very common on his home planet.
This is
From the
true.
time that he was young, he knew not necessarily the Jedi way of meditation, but certainly the way of the
Just a
sages' meditation. And he probably feels like there's something very similar to that intertwined with both cultures.
so where you are right now, obviously it's reminiscent of your home planet for
Yes.
reasons known to you.
Yes.
Um, so you would know exactly what the Jedi used to do in here.
Mm-hmm.
With your three successes and your striving for knowledge, these meditation chambers are where a lot of prophecies got foretold. There were a lot of battle plans were laid out. There were a lot of Jedi younglings could have been found through various meditation. Lots of breakthroughs in Jedi culture came to them in meditation rooms while they were doing what?
While they were actually meditating, while they were calm, relaxed, and using the Force to guide their visions.
And with your three success perception, that is the insight that you get for this room.
As I sort of come to this kind of conclusion, I stand up and I go, Hermit, Quinn, I need you to leave the room for a minute.
And why would that be?
What happens next is something that only me and Adrian can do. But I promise it will be
Cool.
worth it.
Cool. By the way, yeah, Adrian, you did your action successfully. Cool. So roll me a charm check. This is one red, one purple.
I am going to go ahead and spend another destiny point, because fuck
Okay.
you.
Do what you will.
God.
Herman just kind of looks at you and goes, so let me get this straight. The man who just aimed a weapon at me wants me to leave the room with, no offense, but the least combat ready. And he looks at Quinn.
No offense.
So that the two that are armed to the teeth can have a room to themselves for a while me and the small one go out into an open hallway where we could potentially be seen.
I pull out my blaster and my knife, and I hand them directly to Quinn.
I don't take them. I'm like, "Ah."
Quinn,
The hermit holds
please.
out his hand.
I look at the hand, and I hand them both directly to Hermit.
The hermit kind of tilts its head. He looks back at you and he goes, okay. and they disappear into his robes, and he goes, "Come along, small one. We shall find a quiet corner to hide in."
I kind of give like a shift. Like I can I like in any way be like at least my eyes can change a little shape to give some sort of expression. Eh, Like I realize I'm pretty much shy guy, but it's like it's hard to play
You,
a character where it doesn't
I'll,
shape.
I'll say, I'll say you dug this hole, so now lie in it.
Okay,
You can't
so
do
you get
shifty eyes if you decide to be a faceless robot guy.
fair. All right, so you get a blank stare, and it you don't know what Quinn means by it, but it's just kind of like a he turns away, kind of looking at you, and you can tell. You probably get the feeling that he's trying to give you a side eye, but that it's like,
Instead, I will offer some advice. Instead of a side eye, do it with your whole body. Do like a look, and then like a snap away, and then like a saunter off.
uh
It's
As
not all facial.
as Quinn turns away, I do say his name to just get his attention one more time.
huh.
Two things. One, I know you're interested as what is about to happen, and if that's the case, you can keep your tablet in here if you wish to record what might happen. And second, I thank you for giving me this time.
I kind of like turn back around and walk up to Mikia, and I do hand him my data pad, and I like as I'm doing so, I say, trust goes both ways, and just walk back out with Hermit.
Cool. You walk out with Hermit. The door kind of he doesn't. Well, no, it's an archway, so you and Hermit kind of just disappear into the shadows of the temple, to where Hermit just kind of
Oh, I
takes
am
you off to the side.
sticking to Hermit's ankles just to make sure that whatever he does to stay stealthy, I am also doing to stay stealthy.
You're very gently gripping like his robe,
Mm-hmm.
like a kid at a park.
Yeah.
Cool. Mikia and Adrian, take it away.
Mikia, after watching the two leave and making sure that they're out of earshot, I take a very deep breath in. You know, I grew up in a place like this, back on my homeworld. The sages used to be able to look years and decades into the future. There's an old story amongst my people. We knew that the Republic was coming before they even arrived, and in stones that we found around our villages, we created the symbol of the Republic to let them know we're friendly, that we know you're coming, and we know that you're good people. And thus my people have been forever intertwined not only with the Republic, but the Jedi Order and the Force itself. Nowadays, I'm lucky if I can see maybe a couple hours or maybe even a day into the future, and afterwards it normally comes with great headaches and unbelievable nausea. That was how I knew Hermit was watching us. I got a vision of a man running through trees and forests, and him spotting us long before we spotted him. I just kind of stare at Adrian.
That's a
One more time, Cedric.
You cut out, bud.
Sorry, guys. Using push to talk to kind of avoid background noise. That's a real nice story, Nikia, but I'm not entirely sure what we're doing.
You're a fucking idiot.
What?
Come again?
Do you not understand anything that is happening around you at any time?
Oh my god, you're gonna fucking die.
To be honest, Mikia, I haven't understood a lot of what's been going on. Because I will be totally frank, I've been in a prison cell for most of the past month. I have been threatened in the past week with losing my life. And I have most recently been into the sector of space I was taught to hate. I have been told that I am something I despise, and I have people trying to run my life for me.
And you believe this gives you reason to not listen to anyone?
I believe it gives me the power to make my own choices.
So, the curse that you lay at your feet, you just willingly show someone we don't even know, just because he happens to recognize your last name?
There's a very slight pause as Idrian very carefully considers his next words. I'm not the one who pretended to be a Jedi, and I certainly don't want to be one. If you think you can do better, I'll walk right out the...
I pretended to be something I'm not in order to survive. You're pretending to be something you're not to avoid hating yourself.
I'm not a Jedi, and I never will be. They all fucking...
You're right. All of the Jedi are dead. Even if there are the Force sensitives out there, they're not Jedi. There are no Jedi. There never will be another Jedi ever again for as long as you and I live. When I first met you, I was more than sure that you were going to be an easy con, some stubborn bastard with some gullible twerp that I could easily find a way to get off that fucking rock of Corvus. It wasn't until you moved your knife that I realized I was standing in front of someone who could change their destiny simply by existing. And then you stood up to Temnut, who is one of the most fearsome gang leaders in the world, just to protect me. You didn't have to. You could have left me in the dust. You could have said that you didn't know me. Everyone on that planet would have believed you. Everyone on that planet knows I'm a fucking liar. Everyone knows I'm a liar. Everyone knows I'm a liar. You could have left me to die, but you didn't. You put yourself and Quinn in harm's way to get me out. And from that moment on, I swore a life debt. I promised myself and to whatever gods happened to listen that I would give my life for yours at any moment. And if that meant you wanted to give up your powers, I would have no problem doing that. I have been doing my best to show you that having these powers isn't such a bad thing. I have been doing my best to tell you, even with this special gift you have, even if it is a curse in your eyes, do not show it to anyone. Do not let anyone know what you are. The more people that know, the riskier your life gets. And yet, in front of a masked man we don't know, who just happened to be here, we don't know what their intentions are. You show your gift. You show your curse. And now they know, and they want to be our pilot, which means we're now going to invite that person onto our ship who we do not know, and we don't know what they're going to do. For all we know, they could be a link to to the Grand Emperor Grievous. And there could be more battleships floating above our heads right now. Adrian, I am doing my very best to try to keep you alive and to keep Quinn alive. Quinn, I understand, grew up in a different world, and I understand you grew up in a different world, but that is over now. All of it changes from this moment on, and you need to listen to us. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help us.
Adrian, yelling.
Well, I wouldn't yell, but whatever.
No. Adrian is yelling,
Oh,
not
okay.
you.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that. He's like, I didn't know what I was doing. I heard a voice in my head. It literally called to me and pointed that space out. It was the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me. I was scared. I didn't know exactly what was going on. I didn't think, Mikia. I just went by instinct, and I know that I screwed up. And Adrian starts a little bit of
A little bit of what?
sorry, keeps cutting out. A little bit of tears start forming at his eyes as Mika kind of lays bare the amount of danger he didn't realize he'd put his friends in, but he's kind of getting the education. Mika, there's really no excuse for what happened. I'm sorry. I didn't know what was happening. I'd never had something like that happen, and much ahead.
Yeah.
You swear you didn't know? You swear to me you didn't know what you were doing?
I swear to the Mandoa, I had no idea what I was doing.
This time, you're interrupted by quick steps coming down the hallway.
Adrian pulls his knife immediately.
I turn around and I still have the vibro sword, I think. I think I just pulled my knife and my blaster.
The hermit comes in. I don't know if Quinn follows, but Quinn, yeah, you watch as the hermit after you have a brief exchange. Hermit looks down the hall, and you can kind of hear what the hermit hears, and Quinn, you hear quickened robotic steps in response to Adrian's yelling. Hermit runs down the hallway. He stops as things are pulled on him. He takes out Mikia's blaster, tosses you the blaster, and he just kind of puts the knife on the ground and slides the knife to you because he doesn't want to throw a knife at you.
No, that's
he
fair.
Slides the knife along the ground and he goes, "Yeah, good job. We got company. Hide now."
Let's move. I find the best place to hide, or I try to see what looks like a good place to hide using skullduggery if I can.
Um. Yeah, you know what? Everyone give me a group stealth check, no difficulty, and we'll match your successes and see if it beats my DC. If you're going to use light side points, make sure you click on them. Or not, that's fine. All right.
I feel like we've used enough tonight.
No,
For
we
now.
haven't. For
No,
now.
if we're gonna get in combat, 3 destiny points is not going to be a lot.
I think it
Yeah,
might
I'm
be
gonna
more
leave
than you
it
think.
right now.
Anyway,
So actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add 1 purple for each success.
what?
For their check.
For their check.
That's
For their perception check to find you.
so they're rolling 5. Okay.
No.
They're rolling
No.
six.
They are rolling their collective perception check against 3 purple.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Stop
what?
doubting me, Gio. I'm not trying to fuck you all the time.
I
Quit it.
I will never
Jeez,
believe
you
this.
think you-
You think I'm out to get you all the goddamn time? Jesus Christ.
In his defense, though, that other side of thinking was what got me in trouble with other characters. But that's neither here nor there. So moving on.
I have a set amount of battle droids that are coming towards you. They're going to add a couple of blues.
Adrian, were you rolling?
Adrian did roll.
I don't do it. Hold on, let me refresh mine. Oh,
Yeah,
there it is. Never mind.
I did roll.
There it
I'm gonna
is.
say y'all as a party do not get the benefit of the hermit stealth because the hermit is a pacifist and is not seen anyway.
No, I agree. That's perfectly fair. We
Oh,
know
good.
he can hide.
I'll add a destiny
Yeah,
point to increase
that's
their
certainly
green.
fair.
Their collective 1 green geo for a perception check.
I misunderstood. I apologize.
Just let the man do his work.
Let me do my thing without yelling at me.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm gonna turn off my mic now.
And here we go. My internet. Oh.
Now that's interesting.
How are you gonna do that?
So
You
that
watch.
could have been
Okay.
better.
So you know what? You all tell me what you're doing to hide because they don't see you. So tell me what you guys are doing to hide in this nearly barren room. Tell me what you're doing to hide.
I create a pillow fort and hold my blaster out.
Perfect. Quinn, what are you doing?
I feel like I find a potted, like a dead potted plant that the pot is large enough for me to just kind of like cuddle down in a ball behind.
You kind of do that thing where it's like in Lego games where you like unroot it, but like the dirt is like a single layer, and you just put yourself in the pot. Cedric, how is Adrian hiding?
Adrian is just literally bolts for a corner and just sidles into it and hides as deeply in the shadows.
The hermit is right near the doorway, just like kind of firmly pressed against it, as 6 battle droids swarm into the room, their flashlights on their head. You watch as one battle droid slowly starts to scan the room, goes past the pillow fort, and keeps looking past it. You watch as another one goes up to the potted plant that Quinn is hiding in, and like kind of is looking at it. Quinn's head's still like kind of poking out the top, just unmoving. And the battle droid looks down and goes, "That's a weird plant. Hey, 219. It's a weird plant."
Quinn visibly starts sweating.
They both just stare at Quinn and then just leave. They just look elsewhere. You watch as one blatantly like scans his gun right into Adrian's face and goes, "Well, nothing over here." And so, with the 3 advantages that they have, if you guys want to start a fight, because these guys aren't leaving the room, I'll give you the 3 advantages. Is you guys get a sneak round, You can either try and test fate and sneak out the room, or you can have a sneak attack round. Either way, you got 6 battle droids to handle.
I didn't get to accomplish what I needed to in this room. I was hoping that we wouldn't have a yell match. That's my fault.
Hey, that's role playing.
Yeah, no,
roleplay.
like I said, I
That's
was.
roleplay.
No, it just is what it is, man. You
Now
literally
here's the
called
thing.
Idri down on his bullcrap, and he deserved it.
And just like any sort of petulant child, he retaliated by raising his voice.
Yep. I know this is going to be
So
controversial.
I need. Yep, go on.
I know this is going to be controversial, especially considering killing more will bring more, and I fully understand that.
Mhm.
Not since I'm the hermit, I'm also in the party. Not necessarily, because you guys shot. You didn't use your knives. You didn't use your blades.
Yeah, if we silently take them down, we might get away with it.
That also means that they need to not fire any shots.
Mhm.
That's the thing is we're good, and I like to think that we're pretty decent at this. We're not take out 6 enemies in a row before they fire good.
You don't know. Maybe they were really bad for their initiative. Maybe you'll have 2 whole rounds to take them out.
It is possible.
It is up to y'all. I will mute myself, but I'm going to start a timer for, I'll say 2 minutes, and you guys need to tell me what you're going to do. You can discuss all the options you want. I'll say in this moment, time freezes, and you guys can have a moment to think.
I vote that we
You-
take them out. Even if we try it stealthy, it's better than the alternative.
I'm gonna vote that we stealth out. Quinn is not built for combat at all, or special ops kind of like take down quick kind of stuff. Quinn is gonna be absolutely useful or useless.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Mikia though. Adrian would want to at least take these out because 1, they seem really freaking dumb, and 2, I mean, he's a young, impetuous child. He would want to get rid of them.
Okay.
This is either going to end really well or really bad. Guess we'll find out.
We will. The dice will tell their story.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and look up the stats for the Vibro Sword just to make sure I know what their
Go ahead and start
qualities
making
are.
a new character.
So let me go ahead and start re-rolling. Cool. So have we reached a unanimous decision?
I mean, not unanimous.
Not
but
unanimous.
I will allow it as.
Have we reached a decision?
We have.
Yes,
We have.
Quinn is first and foremost just following along. He'll voice his opinion,
So-
but if that's what you guys want to go with, they'll go with it.
I need collective cool initiative checks.
I want to make sure. Awesome.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Do you need to start the initiative thing?
Yes.
It's already been started. It's already been
Oh my
started.
gosh,
You
why
roll
is my-
initiative.
There we go.
Good job, Gio.
Thank you. Hoping to use that to every advantage that we can get.
Good job, Quinn.
Alrighty.
Oh my god. All right.
And now,
Hold on. I want everyone to know that is literally the best Quinn could
Yeah.
ever do
Yes.
with that
But you
Yeah.
beat both of us.
role.
and now I will roll the combined vigilance check for 6 battle droids.
Don't like that.
Yeah, I think it's still 1.
So,
Javen, really quick, do you want
Yeah.
me to add in battle droids to the combat? I have them on my adversary.
I will sort it out.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Not a problem.
Appreciate it, but I got it. I'd rather I'd rather be in control of it anyway.
No, I understand.
All right.
I just wanted to offer.
I appreciate it. Cool. So there are 6 battle droids. Oh wait, hang on.
It did
You know
Hermit.
what? I'll be a cool guy. There you go. There's
Okay.
his cool.
Do we want to stop initiative before we do any more rolls?
Yes.
Yes, we should. I'm going to go ahead and convert that to PC. But yeah, so this is not the first round. You guys get sneak attacks. Tell me who's going first, etc. and etc.
I am going last, or at least
All
like
right.
if Hermit wants to go last, I am going after Mikia and Adrian.
I feel like Adrian would act first in this scenario.
Especially with his new temple knife. I think we're all anxious to see what that does.
And
I mean,
his
I will-
current temperament.
I'm not certain Adrian would actually use the knife yet, unless it like forced all to him.
Quick question before we actually begin. Is any of the strain or anything from the previous fight recovered between then and now?
If that's a good question. If you all would like to roll me, I think it's a cool check, right?
Oh, okay.
It's or is it discipline?
I think it's
I
discipline,
think it might be
actually.
discipline.
I think it's discipline.
Yeah, so if y'all want to roll me discipline, just for lack of a better skill,
Hey, I got a hold of a lot of that.
every success, and I will say for healing purposes, every 2 advantages that you get can heal an additional strain.
Oh, nice.
Works for
So
me.
I'll take that as 4 strain down because that's technically 4 successes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna take the first initiative slot, and I think Adrian is gonna use. What range would you say we are in, Javen? Are we at short? Are we at engaged?
Give me 1 second. Hang on.
I would definitely say short, just from judging by the room that I have in my head anyway.
No. I want to get a feel for the room before I decide what maneuvers and stuff I'm gonna take.
Give me 1 second. I have made a cheat sheet text channel. I'm going to just paste the cheat sheet in there so that we can all have easy access to it. Or at least, well, it probably has a hyperlink. Whatever. You guys get the
Same
gist.
thing.
Yeah. What was your question, Cedric?
My question was, where did the fucking cheat sheet go? It was, what range are we within the battle droids?
Whatever range you want to be. There are ones that come up close. There are ones that are far away. It's a diverse minion. It's 6 battle droids in a semi-confined room. So I'll say close is the maximum range you can get away from them.
Okay. So I would theoretically be within engaged range of one of them?
Very easily, yes. Potentially 2 or 3, depends on what you want to happen.
They're
would
battle
very
droids,
much they're not nemesis.
So I wasn't really able to understand how saber throw works. It's a full action to do it, correct? It's not like a maneuver or incidental.
It's a ranged melee attack. Yes.
Okay. So I will take my first turn to actually just use my new knife in melee against the battle droid that is engaged.
Yet. Let's not start throwing just yet.
Yeah, please go ahead and make me your melee attack roll.
Okay. That would be melee. Difficulty to hit should be 2 for engaged?
2 plumples, yes.
Okay. Any blacks or blues?
You can add a blue because you're sneaky. Because you're all sneaking on them.
Thank you for the help. Okay.
How much damage is that altogether?
So that's brawn plus 1 plus another 1, so 4 all told.
What is the pierce rating on your dagger?
Pierce 2. Oh, the
Pierce
new
2?
But say
no, the new one is Pierce 4.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. So you did 4 damage all up?
4 damage all up, yeah.
Cool. Adrian, to start off the combat, everyone sees this from the shadows. How you take the knife out of its scabbard?
And
does
it have a scabbard?
It came with one.
I didn't realize. I thought I had just gotten the knife, not a scabbard.
The scabbard was like right. I that was probably my bad. I probably failed to describe it.
I
But
would
the
have grabbed
the scabbard, yeah, the scabbard was like underneath the little like display thing that it was on.
Perfect.
But you take it out, and as soon as you take it out, and you're preparing to engage, the sharp edge of the knife glows with a red beam of light all along the edge.
Ooh.
Hmm?
As one battle droid scanning the area looks up at you as its gun and light is kind of facing away. It looks up at you as the red light of this energy knife illuminates just like your face and chest as you
That's terrifying.
almost fully take one out of commission. You are one shy. You still have your maneuver.
Hmm. I can't make another attack.
Are you allowed to assist in a combat situation?
Well, I don't know.
Combat maneuvers, you can assist as a maneuver.
Then I will assist because I'm gonna give whoever wants to roll another blue because that'll be what I do. I don't know. I'll narrate it as it happens.
You can
But
also guarded stance if you would like.
mm,
You can also
Oh.
interact. You can also interact with the environment, manage your gear, mount, dismount, move.
Would you consider messing with the person interact or slamming someone against a wall interaction? I mean, you're technically interacting with the wall.
no, that would technically count as a brawl attack. Slamming someone
If
into a wall.
yeah, if you would
I'm
want to
just
use a
trying to get
maneuver
the
to, if you
Yeah.
want to use a maneuver to distract or potentially block off the exit, so that they can't, or maybe, yeah. Maybe
Actually,
just
yeah,
like
I'll take my maneuver to run towards the exit with my knife lighting the way.
okay, cool. So very quickly, it is still sneak attack, but very quickly, Adrian slashes one. Its arm basically comes off. It still has its gun arm. It is very weakly sparking, looking at it, and looks at you and goes, "Fire!" And all of them point their guns at you. It is still the sneak attack round, because Adrian running all takes place as you guys start hitting. Who is next?
That would be me. I'm going to go ahead and I'm guessing I'm engaged with at least some.
You can be whatever range you want to be.
Yeah,
my guy.
I'm engaged. I do the quick draw talent to pull my knife. I'm gonna use quick strike to add a blue. I am going to aim twice to get as much of this roll as I possibly can. And I'm
Okay.
also going to spend a destiny point because I really want everything in this room to be dead.
All right, fair enough.
And rar.
Make sure you click on the destiny point when you use it, sir.
I didn't know if you wanted to do that or not.
If
I didn't want to micromanage.
That is, when it comes to things like that, that's absolutely fine. The only thing I ask is that if it's something big or if you guys don't have a lot of destiny points, you consult the party first. That is my only those are my only two caveats to
Not
that.
a problem.
But other than that, just so I have to do less, just go ahead and flip it for yourself. Cool. Yeah. So how much damage do you do? How much pierce does your weapon have, et cetera, et cetera?
Well, this is my vibro knife, so it has, I believe it's only 2 pierce. But I did crit with the blade, so I automatically take out one of the droids, and the rest will
Alright.
go to their damage.
Cool. And that's how much damage in total from the knife?
That's 5 damage in total.
5 damage. With pierce 2, you said?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mikia please tell me how you get rid of 2 battle droids with a knife.
So I am pretty good when it comes to environmental combat. It's one of the throwing trash and just basically like dirty fighting. So I come from my pillow fort and I grab a pillow and throw it at one of the droids. And then while he's kind of like fussing with the pillow that's on his head, I stab it in the brain. And then I run my then I run my knife over, grab another droid, lift its head up, and slice its neck off.
So, as you jam the first one in the processor, 3 of them all turn to you like, what the? You immediately just like Dishonored style, like do a sort of like crouch run, go up behind, cut the head off of this other battle droid. Half the room being 2 left point at you, half the room points at Adrian. Quinn, did you want the hermit to go next, or would you like to go? Are you muted? I think Quinn's muted.
I think Quinn is muted as well.
Sorry, I was messing with some rappers, so I was making sure that didn't get through our audio.
Well, that's
you gotta
very
be careful. Make sure you protect your neck. I'm thankful that that joke has been recorded and will be there forever. Anyway,
I am gonna go first before the hermit.
are you sure?
I feel like sure Quinn doesn't like getting into sticky situations like this, but again, it's like Quinn knows that hermit has a vow of non-confrontation or non-violence or whatever, and so it's like I'm gonna just try and help and make sure I did something to so that the hermit doesn't break it, because like vows and whatnot are just so like a Jedi thing, and so it's like, oh, this is someone may not necessarily have force powers, but definitely understands the like the ways.
Okay, for sure.
So,
then go ahead and do what you're gonna do.
okay.
Oh, wait, real quick. Oh no, Miki used his maneuver save. Never mind. Yeah, go Quinn.
Okay. So I'm going to take out my little energy slingshot, and just pop out from this like the 2 droids that were looking at me as they go to turn away, and then are like they've got their backs turned to me because Adrian and Mickey are starting to do their thing. It's like I just pop up from right behind them and
your
shoot
little head
them.
pops up with a plant on your head.
Just
I'm here too.
Pew. What was that? Ranged light, I believe.
Would you like to use your maneuvers to aim and all that nonsense?
Yeah, I'll add a blue.
Cool.
I'm really not going to go anywhere from a pot.
Do you want to add 2 blues?
Why am I adding 2 blues?
Well, no. Like add a blue for aiming, and then spend 2 strain and add another blue.
Oh yeah,
This is a good idea.
No,
and wait, actually, yeah, add a 3rd blue because this is the sneak attack round.
Oh, okay, cool. And then what's the difficulty?
I mean, it's 1 purple because you're not attacking melee; you're shooting at close range.
With a silent weapon.
Oh my god!
Ouch.
Or that.
Oh my goodness!
What are you gonna do with those 4 advantages?
You know what? I'll give it all to the hermit to do whatever he's gonna do, in blues and advantages and whatnot.
I was gonna say give it to, but never mind. I need to stop doing that. I'm sorry.
So you're gonna give all 4 blues to the hermit.
I mean, I can't split it up, right?
You can spend 2 advantages to give a blue to a specific ally. Which means you'd give 2 blues to like someone else, or you can give 4 blues to the hermit right now. because now the hermit actually has a turn.
First ever.
I'm gonna give. I'm gonna give 1 blue to Adrian and then the rest to Hermit. So that'd be 2 blues to Hermit. And the
Okay.
way I'm thinking of narration wise is that Quinn absolutely misses the 2 droids in front of him, but like just narrowly misses the one that's like tracking Adrian, and it goes right past.
Track.
He hits nothing, but then it's like there's this light that passes by the other droid that's tracking Adrian, and just like what?
So
Forget
once again, with Quinn missing his mark, failing forward, if you will,
Mhm.
Suppressing fire, Cecil from Archer, just starts wildly firing energy slingshot rounds. The whole room kind of lights up. Energy slingshot is relatively silent to you guys' luck. The hermit is going to use his character specific ability and use his he's going to spend 2 strain and do an assist Adrian twice. So Adrian, your next attack will have 3 blues coming towards you.
Oh, good.
Along with he just passes, which is his specific ability, where he passes any blue dice given to him onto a person of his choice. He passes both of his blue dice to Adrian also, and then he uses an action to perform a skill check, and he's going to do a coordination check contested with these battle droids. So I'm going to roll this for the hermit. Wow. And going to roll this for the battle droids. As the hermit comes out from the shadows and looking kind of like more like a shadowy blur, is just zooming around the room, hopping and leaping, and just smacking the droids' aims off of their guns. Just being a genuine distraction around the room.
Batman.
Basically.
Yeah.
Just dealing no damage, but being enough of a distraction to where the droids are just dazed and confused. None of them can fire because they're all aiming wildly and their hands are kind of flinging around. Adrian, well, no, it's now the start of round 1. It's no longer a sneak attack. Go off, Kings.
Am I still being chased?
You're not being, again, none of y'all have moved. The droids haven't moved from their position. They've just been swiveling, watching you guys run around.
Adrian, do you mind if I go first?
I don't.
I'm going to go ahead and take the first initiative slot. I'm still using my vibro knife because I don't know enough about the vibro sword to do any real damage with it. Do I need to move into engaged range? Javen?
Did we lose Javen?
He muted himself.
Something may have happened.
While he's doing that, Cedric, I sincerely hope you know that I don't mean any hard feelings by what I said.
Oh, no. That's just character. I completely understand. Look, Adrian has been acting a fool. I completely cop to that. He's a 20-year-old child who just got told his life is over, essentially.
Yeah, like I said, it's so It's so weird because I was not viewing Mikia as the adult in the room.
But he has to be.
Exactly. He's like, why am I the adult?
Sorry, guys, I was peeing heavily.
Thank you
Well,
so
thank
much
you
for
for
sharing.
All right. Okay. So, what was your question? Do you have something about
Do
the
I need
knife?
to move to engaged range?
As stated previously, whatever you want, dude.
Cool.
You can if you can already be engaged with him if you want, because technically it's a
I
minion. It's a minion cloud.
I
So
want to
once
be
you start
engaged.
melee,
Yeah.
once you start melee and engaged, you're basically in the cloud of minions until you decide otherwise.
Once again, quick strike is in effect because they have not acted in combat yet. I am
No,
spending
no, they haven't.
2 strain to aim twice, and I'm sorry, Ed, but I am spending another destiny point to upgrade my attack. I'm going to pass that one advantage on to Adrian so he can finish this fight.
Okay, so Adrian, go ahead and heal 1 strain.
Wait.
Oh wait, no,
Oh.
actually, no, yeah, no, don't do
I'm-
that. You spend 1 advantage to just pass on a blue die. You're right.
Yeah, no, I'm
You're right.
I'm giving him all the blues ever.
I forgot that was a rule. So
Mhm.
this next melee check will be made with what, 6 blues?
Something
To
like that.
Adrian?
Some insane amount.
I think we're up to 5.
You can aim 2 and bring it up to like 7.
Yeah. So we've been running around the room.
Not really.
feel-
Mikia's leap from a pillow fort. Quinn hasn't moved from the pot. The hermit is the one who's been dashing around. You have gone from a corner to the doorway. That is
Yeah.
all you have done. Hermit is doing all of the running around.
There's part of me that wants to explore this. I feel like Adrian would not do this, however. And that's my
You
bigger
want to
issue.
you want to just make the roll and find out? Not like a specific roll, but just, do a melee attack and we'll have fun with it.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'll narrate after what happens. So let me I'm an engage. This is going to be an engaged range, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Unless you want to use a maneuver to get back to close, but it's up to you. Or short, because it's not ship, it is short range.
Yeah.
Close range is ship combat.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to make this melee attack and I'll narrate what happens, but fuck, this roll looks so bad.
Oh, oh my
They dead.
God.
They dead.
I'm just
Oh
gonna.
wow.
Okay, no, you know what? Let's do this properly. How much damage are you doing?
All told 7.
All right, and you
And two-
phase through.
two
You phase
crits.
through 6. You phase through 4 of it.
Yep.
Didn't we rule you could only crit once in a turn, or is it, or is that not a thing?
As far as I'm aware, you can only crit once per turn.
Okay, so that would take 3 advantages for the crit,
Or
but I
the
can roll a crit,
Hey, that's fine.
and I'll pass my next 3 blues on to Quinn if they want to go
Wait,
next.
hang on. Okay, so that was the crit damage plus an extra 7 damage because you just break through all of their soak.
Yeah.
Cool. So go ahead and narrate what all happens, because if you want to use those 3 advantages in crit and then do the triumph to do something awesome, that's fine.
Okay,
What would you like to do? Because you only need 3 advantages to crit, so you can use that triumph for like something crucial.
I feel like Adrian would actually use that. So I feel like the triumph for Adrian would be he kind of, even through the haze that's in his mind because of circumstances that happened earlier, he just reaches out breathes out and throws this dagger and just watches as it cleaves through the necks of everything before returning straight to his hand.
You go in for like a kind of side slash throw, like a ha, and it in a circle almost kills every battle droid, but misses as it returns back to your hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say the Triumph doing something crucial, along with your 3 advantages, just kind of using this mathematically. Like, yeah, we're flavoring it, having fun, but statistically or stat wise, 3 advantages can disarm a foe, as
Yes.
can a Triumph. So the last 2 battle droids, it
Do
doesn't
not have
kill
guns.
them, but it goes through their guns as it returns back to you.
That's actually really good for us because that means they can't shoot.
Which means
We're
they
going
can't make
on
a sound.
next. Going on next, Quinn. There is one droid that is a wound away from death, and there is one that is untouched but without a weapon.
Yeah. Roll with 3 blues, by the way. I'm just gonna pass my 3 blues on to the next person.
Okay.
If you pass on 3 blues, then you don't disarm one of them.
Oh, never mind then.
But you still
They
get
both
one
need to
extra
be
Wait,
blue.
no blues?
You get one.
Wait, 1 blue?
Yes.
There we go. So
For
Right.
the sake, just going forward as a mental note, for the sake of recording purposes, we should say the results that we got so that we all know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they are on the video, but I understand what you mean.
Gotcha.
cool. Let's see. So I'm gonna go after the one that is like 1 wound away from dying, because that would, in Quinn's eyes, feel like a
In a
fair level.
Ed, in a
Yeah.
minion cloud, you just aim and you always get the weakest one.
Fair.
You will always take down the weakest one.
Okay. So I'm only getting 1 from Adrian, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
And then I'm only gonna aim the 1 maneuver
Okay.
because I don't want to build up strain here.
Fair.
And yeah, that's it. So and
It'll be one purple, yeah, because you're short range.
Cool. Yeah. Well,
We technically get another round because both of them need to pick up weapons in order to shoot. So we should be okay for another round, but we really do need to wrap this up.
I'm trying.
It's not your fault, Ed. It's us being too stubborn to leave.
What would the hermit do with his actions? You know what? The hermit's just gonna take his maneuver, use an action, and spend 2 more strain, and just pick up both of the guns, and then just move out of the way.
There you go.
That's the battle droid's turn.
They look at each other in confusion.
What is their brawl skill?
Can they?
Yes.
I mean, technically, yeah.
They can. I guess one's gonna go for Adrian, and the other one's gonna go for me.
If they're gonna go for me, I have a new ability I'd like to try out.
Okay.
I am going to sidestep.
Ah.
Once per round, may perform a sidestep maneuver and suffer a number strain to upgrade the difficulty of all ranged attacks. Fuck. Oh well. I guess I haven't learned how to dodge yet, so never mind.
Yeah, dodging is different to sidestepping.
No, I forgot. My apologies.
What is y'all's defense rating, if you don't mind?
I have 0 defense.
0 defense. So this'll be for the Mikia, and then this'll be for Adrian. The two battle droids turn to look at each other. The same one that's missing an arm, looks at them. They both nod and go, "Ha!" and run and start like kind of limp wrist slapping. and Adrian and Mikia. That is their turn. Take it home, fellas. Get rid of these fools.
I will once again use my vibro knife at engaged range. I will not spend a destiny point this time. I will use 1 maneuver to aim, and I will attack.
Take another strain.
Yeah, that's about right. Adrian, do you mind cleaning up my mess?
Moving on.
Yeah, Adrian.
I'll say actually, Mikia, what that is, because it's kind of the next round, you haven't had a chance to respond to what Adrian just did. You just watch this fucker once again use the Force on a knife.
Yeah,
but this time the knife lights up.
I am both in awe and pissed off, but we'll leave that alone.
We'll leave it alone for now.
Yeah.
Adrian
just looks down at the battle droid that is much shorter than him and is just like play slapping him. Just pretends to go, ow, and just tries to stab it through the head.
It's going to be 1 red, 1 purple.
That's fair. Is it really going to be 1 red, 1 purple?
I used the dark side point, yeah.
Use a light side. We need to end this. Use every sort of aim. God.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's hilarious.
You take 2 strain as you go to swing back, and it actually just like smacks you hard enough in the face where it stuns you a little bit.
Stop moving.
It's like,
you still have your maneuvers if you want.
This is a sad fight.
It went well at the
know
beginning.
I'm just gonna give a blue to Quinn, because if Quinn takes out one of these droids, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Yay!
Okay.
Go for it, buddy.
And then 1 free aim maneuver.
You need to roll difficulty, Ed.
Ed, you didn't actually roll. Oh my god.
Oh my fucking god.
Jesus fuck.
Where's the fucking booze? Where is the fucking booze?
Oh my god.
This was supposed to be a quick two round fucking encounter. It has now gone to round fucking 4. These 2 droids are running around like Beavis and Butthead, trying to punch out fucking warriors.
I feel like Hermit should just stand there and look at us like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
What are you going to do with those 5 advantages?
Do I really still have 5?
Yes.
Yeah,
which is
it's
the
just
amazing
failures
part.
that you rolled.
Okay. I'm gonna do. I'll pass 1 directly to Hermit for whatever, and then the other 4, I'm gonna send 2 over to Adrian.
Okay. It's the hermit's turn.
At what point does a puppet sigh in disbelief that these things are still fucking alive?
Do.
Something worked.
I say, what the fuck was that roll?
That's probably his ranged attack roll.
That's the D. Well, I doubt it, but we'll see.
Wait,
Can I have everyone roll me a perception check, please?
difficulty?
1 red, 2 purple.
Good job, Mikia.
Okay, so Quinn and Adrian are too busy doing what they're doing.
I'm in a pot.
I'll say with the 3 failures, 1 advantage, you hear the droids collapse, but your head's in a pot. So you can't see nothing.
I'm
Adrian?
in a pot.
Adrian, you got smacked in the face by a droid. You're a little ashamed.
A little bit, yeah.
That one threat, I'm gonna say you have 1 conflict.
That's fair.
You got smacked in the face by a 1-armed droid. Mikia, you're the only one that sees this. As the hermit is darting around the room, you watch as the energy slingshot miss, the vibro knife misses, as does all of you miss. You watch as almost as if you all are moving half speed and the hermit is moving normal. You watch as he kind of ducks down low and kind of slides on the ground behind, like, I'll say, because kind of where I'm standing, I envision Adrian's at the front of the room. He's at the entrance, guarding it from escape. To the right, where the windows start, there's a potted plant which Quinn is hiding in. To the left is where Mikia was doing combat with all the pillows. The hermit comes from the right side going to the left. You watch as the hermit does a kind of slide in from the inside of his cloak. His left hand comes out with a pistol that has a blue gold trim all around it, running from intricately from the hilt all the way moving out towards the barrel. He slides in, and with a quick bang, bang, as 2 very fast but very faint blaster bolts, blue blaster bolts, hit both droids as they both just stop moving and collapse. At which point, with the 2 threats, I'm going to say take 2 strain, because your suspicion of Hermit grows ever more as you watch as the gold and the blue gold tinted gun swirls on his index finger, goes back into his cloak as he stands back up. Mikia, you are the only one that saw this. Adrian, the droid to you just lost all power as it drops to the ground after it slaps you. Quinn, your head pops back out of the pot. Not, and I can't stress this enough, Mikia, one of the most unsettling parts is not a sound was made by the blaster at all.
Yeah, I caught that. I make a mental note of it, and I go, we need to finish up in here. We don't know when another patrol is going to come back.
I believe you're right. Did you find what you need in here?
Not yet, but you two can stay for this part. You might see something we don't. Adrian, I need your help.
Sure.
Quinn is still just watching, standing inside the pot.
I take a seat on a pillow that had a bug just scooted off of it. I look at Adrian and I say, take a seat.
Adrian takes a seat.
What I told you at the beginning was true. My people were known as prophecy builders because they could see very far into the future and be able to tell what was going to happen no matter how far in advance it was. It was almost as if we were living in two different timelines. We could spend the next day and a half searching this entire temple and come up with nothing. Or you and I can look into the future right now and see what we find.
Adrian remains silent through the whole thing.
I need to know if you agree. Otherwise, I have to do this on my own, and I don't know if I can.
I don't think I can help you with this.
You can. You just have to choose to do so. If you don't, I'll do it on my own. But if you do, you and I will both see into the future. You just have to say if you want to or not. You can do this, Adrian. I, as a friend, believe in you.
Adrian takes a deep breath and closes his eyes, just waiting to hear what comes next.
Try your best to not focus on anything in the room but you and I. Relax, take deep breaths, and try to focus the center of your mind as if there is a black hole forming in front of you. See it and breathe. Focus and breathe.
Eddie,
Javen,
mute yourself, please. Background noise.
Oh, got it.
Javen, what would I have to roll to try to force a prophecy roll in such an area where I am deliberately trying to force myself to have a prophecy?
So, because that's not how your racial ability works on paper,
Yes.
I am going to say this will be a discipline check. What are you? So you're trying to make a prophecy here.
I'm trying to basically force me and Adrian through looking through the Force, looking through the future, to see if we find any, like, basically quick search the entire temple to try to find something. Or maybe, something comes to us. Basically, I'm just trying to see, this is the room of meditation. This is the room where knowledge, learning, all that kind of stuff used to happen. If there is any knowledge to be gained, or anything that can get us out of this mess, we will find it here. I'm trying to use what I remember about the sages taught me to see if I can find anything.
I am going to make this a 1 red, 3 purple, and a black difficulty check against your discipline.
I'm going to spend a destiny point to upgrade.
I've
combat.
already spent a destiny point. This turn. You cannot spend a destiny point in tandem.
Well, then there's no point in this. Holy!
Okay. I'm
not
going
think I was
to.
going to make that.
Do you want me to address the successes or the threats first? Actually, it makes sense to address the successes first, and then I'll address the threats. Mikia, you meditate. You focus on the words way out, solution, something to help you get out of the situation that you're in currently. So what you're in now is less than ideal. A couple of paths. As you start to kind of, first of all, you're going to take a good solid, I'm going to say like 6 strain for this. You start reaching out at one point too far. You start to see yourself on other planets. You start to see yourself adventuring. You start to see yourself older, but you start to draw back as your senses in this temple for some reason are wildly expanding. But you start to recenter yourself to the here and now. You see a couple of things. You see, the first thing you see as your consciousness is stretching out throughout the temple, it stops at the entrance. And it kind of pans as the hermit looks down the hallway. It pans from his right side to forward as you see him looking down the hallway. It freezes, and you zip away. You go further. You go into you zoom way the hell out. You see your ship. And you hear a voice. I've been expecting you for a while. Yes, the unassuming bearer of our future. You then hear the sound of Quinn's voice that just says, "Wait, I can see it. Yes, I can see it." Your consciousness goes into space. And you see a ghostly image of yourself looking back at you. As you say to yourself, future is what you want it to be. Make it so. You snap back into your own body. In a, like, drenched in sweat.
I literally like go from a calm breath to practically out of air. Like trying to get every bit of oxygen I can with every breath, just
To everyone else, yeah, this is exactly what happened. Mikia was fine, and then all of a sudden,
Mikia?
Did you see it? Did you see anything?
No,
No.
I didn't see anything.
Damn it. I don't think there's anything
mute yourself
here.
if you're not talking, Eddie. That background noise.
I'm trying. See,
I don't think. Could we have been wrong? I don't know if there. Damn it! I literally like throw my hands up and get up and go. I was for sure. It's all jumbled.
My friend, keep your voice down.
Right. Damn. I'm sorry.
What did you see?
I saw you at the entrance of the temple. I saw the ship. It looked fixed, I think. I heard an old voice say that they were expecting. I couldn't tell who they were expecting, and Quinn, you said that you saw it. You said that you saw. Yes, you see something, and and then I saw a bastardized version of my own personality. I didn't see anything in the temple. I was for sure we would find something here. I don't believe there's anything more to be gained from being in this meditation room.
As you say that, your comlink starts to ring.
I answer it.
Hello?
I put my accent back on. And who is this?
Oh, I think you know who this is, Mikia. I want to know the status of my paycheck.
I literally start to panic in my eyes, and I kind of I click off the comm for a minute.
Hello?
Hermit. I make sure he can't hear me.
Gotcha. In the background, it's just hello. Hello.
I
What's
look
the signal? Hello?
I look to Hermit and I go, take Adrian and take Quinn. Keep trying to find something, anything. I don't care if it's valuable or not. Just find something, and if not, get them out of here. I will follow you as I go. I need to take care of this.
Hermit just kind of looks with his masks at Adrian and Quinn and to kind of like, what you guys want to do? It was under my impression that you were all in this together, but you seem to want to split up quite a lot.
He does seem to do that.
I promise I will be right behind you. I just need a moment to talk to the person who wants me dead.
Technically, he wants all of us dead.
Not if I find something that'll satisfy him. Just, I promise I'm not trying to get anyone killed, nor me. Just, we're running out of time.
Mikia, if I did not hear you talk, I would assume you are skipping out on me.
I turn back on the comm and I go, Temnut, my beautiful friend. I'm assuming you got the new haircut because I can hear it through. You sound a lot healthier.
Flattery will get you nowhere. Where are my credits?
The credits are currently being stored and transferred onto a beautiful ship that we happen to take from a Jedi temple.
Roll a deception check.
Difficulty?
It's going to be 3 red and a purple.
Well, I've worked miracles before. I'm going to go ahead and add a destiny point, because why not at this point?
Sure. Oh, Mikia.
I got every single one in the book. That's pretty amazing.
Oh, sweet dear Mikia. I'm going to need those credits in the next 5 minutes, otherwise your ass is grass.
I don't have the credits on me. You know that better than anyone. But I do promise that the credits are on their way.
Did I hear you talked about the Jedi Temple?
I am specifically on a Jedi temple that I believe is on a planet called Divispin. Sorry, the bad communication. We're quite a bit underground, at least 500 feet, I believe.
One more time, please. Tell
I-
me what temple you are on, please.
I believe it is called Biskit.
I
God,
jump
it's
at
going.
him and be like, "You will not give this information away."
Roll me a coercion check, please. With 3 red, 1 purple, and 2 blacks.
Who? Quinn or me?
Quinn! I'm not trying to be
Quinn.
intimidating.
No, Quinn. Yeah, Quinn basically snatches it out of your hand and yells.
Oh.
Quinn, as you take it and yell that information, there's a pause of like 7 seconds. And then you hear, so if my traces of this call are correct, you guys are all on Devron, yes?
I smashed the good comp.
I grab Quinn by the fucking neck.
Quinn, you're picked up by Mikia.
Oh,
Do you realize what you have just done?
honestly, no.
You just killed us all, you stupid.
The hermit's hand slowly comes out from his cloak and covers the mouth of his mask.
I
That
toss
sounded.
Quinn, I toss Quinn to the ground.
Mikia, you're gonna take 5 conflict, please.
No, that's fine. I'm
You hear as the hermit just goes, now that sounded like that. You said that's not Temnut Dralad, is it?
the leader of
Yes.
the Black Suns. We were in debt to him. No, let me correct. I was in debt. That muscly man was able to spare my life, and this stupid fucking twig just killed us all.
And Quinn kind of stands up and slowly and's like, "That man does not deserve to be inside any sort of temple."
He wasn't going to.
Yes, he would have. He would have raided this place just like every other thief.
He wanted us, not what was ever in the temple.
He doesn't want us. He wants money.
He wants me dead because I stole money.
He doesn't care about your
Everyone.
life.
The hermit puts his hands on both of your shoulders and goes, shouting will get us all dead right now.
Oh, Quinn has been straining his voice because of the throat to his neck.
We need to get out of here now. There's nothing more to be
I
found
agree.
here.
Anger will also get you nowhere.
I literally throw my hand off of his shoulder. You don't get to tell me anything anymore. I put my pistol away, and I literally like hit buttons to bring the remote back. I'm like,
The
"You got us
remote
in-"
comes all the way back. The remote comes all the way back. It comes back after like a minute or two. It just goes, "Oh, I've done a complete scan of the temple."
It no longer matters. deactivate.
Are you sure you don't want to know about the temple?
Tell it all to Quinn. I don't care anymore. Just get out of my sight. I take off the control. I throw it to Quinn. And I'm like, just get us out of here. I'll find some way to throw Temnut off our trail.
Yes, sir. And he zips off. Adrian, what do you make of all this?
Adrian's just been sitting quietly, just kind of looking at the back and forth, and I don't know. I feel like at this moment, Adrian's never felt more like a failure.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just watching his friends kind of fall apart over the fact that they're now going to die in less than a week.
Oh, I will also state the fact that Quinn has no concept of the fact that they're going to die.
Oh, that's very apparent.
Yeah.
That is very apparent.
Otherwise, Quinn would never have done any of this. Like, Quinn doesn't understand, like, how the underground works. So it's just, yeah.
Meek, yeah, as you kind of start to walk away, the hermit's voice pipes up again, possibly only to infuriate you more. But the voice just goes, you know, the ancient Deveron Jedi actually had a escape tunnel in this very room.
Then lead the way, O mysterious one.
He goes into the center of the room, kind of feels around a little bit, kind of curls his fingers around a little portion of the floor and pries up a small sort of ceramic tile, moves it to the side, pushes a button, and a single person door about 6 feet tall and about maybe like 4-5 feet wide, enough to where you, if you went in with your shoulders, you could fit barely in. A door opens up and he goes, it leads directly out of the temple. As far as I know, the Separatists don't have this one covered. Otherwise, we'd be facing cameras, more battle droids, etc.
I believe I owe you an apology, Hermit. You said you wanted all droids destroyed. I'm afraid we only got about 10. I hope you can forgive our poor performance. And I walk through the exit.
He looks at Quinn and Idrian.
Quinn's decrypting the data from the remote, not even paying attention.
Adrian stands up from his meditative posture, just puts a hand on Quinn's shoulder and starts moving him towards the door.
Quinn doesn't
Cool.
look up, just has him, like, is fully engrossed in the data and not even paying attention to anything else.
The data of the scan, this temple is extremely dilapidated. There's not a whole lot of value here. The Deveronians didn't really value material possessions all that much, but more of progress and meditation. However, there's about 5,000 credits worth of stuff in the main hall, worth of Jedi art, antique Jedi rugs, vases. You guys are going down the hallway. Nothing really of note. It's a very, very long hallway. Takes about 30 minutes of walking in the almost complete dark. I assume Mikia takes out the glow stick again before it dies out at the very end of the trail.
Yeah.
The hermit shuts the door behind you all at the very beginning of the path. You guys all come out in the middle of the jungle, about half a mile away from the temple. as all of you exit into, it's about 2 a.m. standard time. It's dark. Yes.
As we get out of the tunnel, Quentin kind of pulls up the information about the stuff in the main hall and just hands the data pad to Mikia and like
Before,
shoves it.
as you go to do that, you feel a bandaged left hand grab the data pad as you're going to give it to Mikia and just slowly push it back into you as the hermit just shakes his head no. The hermit walks in front of all of you and goes, "If you all would like some rest, it will be cramped, but my hut's just a bit of ways up this way."
I think we need to get back to our ship as soon as possible and get out of here, but we need to find the trackers first. All of our heads just became hot. There will be bounty hunters looking to collect the $160,000 bounty on us now. We don't have time to rest.
Take it from a professional, Mikia. The best time to rest is right when you get a hothead. In the middle of the woods, in the middle of the jungle, in a remote area where there are no radars.
Fine.
Would it help if I answered any personal questions? Would that ease your mind?
Mikia doesn't answer. He's just kind of looking at the ground and just if you could see blood vessels on an Itachi, like the way that a face gets red,
Mm-hmm.
in a human, that's what it looks like for Mikia. What are you? Give me your name. What the hell are you? And don't pretend like I didn't see what you did in that meditation room. Who are you, and what are you?
He kind of looks around, sees that you all are far away. You guys are kind of standing in as you come out of this path, it's kind of like a semi kind of marshy area where there's definitely been like a river before, but this is probably like the dry season. After you guys get past the mud, you get past the muck. He kind of is standing a little bit higher up as the pathway kind of leads up a hill. He looks down at the three of you and goes, "Would that put all of your minds at ease?"
No, but you asked me if asking a personal question would help. And I asked you a personal question. If you don't want to answer, fine, let's just get going. But I asked you a question, now answer it or not.
Hermit, out of his cloak, as the two bandaged hands take off the hood, his hands go to the back, unclasp the mask. As there's a very slight hiss as the mask depressurizes, he takes it off. And before you stands what can only be described as a middle-aged human. His face scarred, burned. These pale blue eyes still showing through this scarred, burned visage. He looks at the three of you and goes, My name is Quill. And I was once a Jedi. I feel the Force no longer. And as far as I know, I am the only survivor of my kind. He puts the mask back on, puts the hood back up, and goes, "Now please, you all are exhausted and you need rest. Let me help." He walks away, and that is where our session ends for tonight.
Well, it's nice to see a suspicion confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
Is it though?
Not really, but
Doesn't that just raise more questions?
oh, it certainly does. Because, oh, that just raises so many questions in my brain.
Gio, I hope you're not actually pissed. I hope it's just
Oh no,
character
no,
pissed.
no, 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 no. I mean, as a
ahead.
player, I'm frustrated by the situation. I'm not actually mad at the game. This was a fantastic evening, and I
Wonderful.
apologize to both Cedric and Ed if I stepped over any bounds. I was
You didn't.
just
It's quite
doing
all
in
right.
character.
Yeah,
I felt it. Just I apologize.
the campaign has been rough so far. We've already been hunted. We are now dead people.
Well, and honestly, I need to applaud Quinn, because the idea of like destroying the communicator, like destroying the comm link in the middle, that was perfect character for Quinn, and just
Oh, I agree.
and just one of those things that like so not the problem. Like so not the solution to what is happening. Oh my god. No, if anything for me, I kind of wish he didn't reveal himself as a Jedi. Because like I said, at that moment, like hearing who they are, Mikia now has a very, very bad decision to make. And he's not really sure what's going to happen from here, which is probably the best outcome.
You asked for a personal question. You got a personal answer.
Like I said, part of me thought about ignoring you. Like I was just gonna walk straight to the thing because I was just so fucking
And you
done.
very well could have.
I almost did. I was like, I second guessed myself, and I was like, you know what? Just ask the question. Oh my god. Oh.
You know, there's really part of me that is happy that Quill survived, and then there's part of me that's just really fucking confused.
Well, I think what's interesting is if we look at the Force Unleashed, those who cut themselves off from the Force means that they could have survived the catastrophe, the event.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe Quinn's just a fucking badass. I don't know. But at least that's the information that we were given. Those who have cut themselves off from the Force, possibly before it happened, survived. So there are people who know about the Force, how to use the Force, who were in the Jedi Order. So
Mhm.
that is a hell of a boon. And Mikia has to make the ultimate choice here. And he's not happy.
No, I imagine he wouldn't be.
I want to make this all very clear. First of all, 15 XP for everyone.
Thank you.
Oh boy.
Let's go ahead and resolve conflict now. I'll say, you know what, Quinn, roll another D4. You did nothing that was out of character for you. You did nothing wrong.
Quinn did nothing wrong.
Overall, just a good boy.
I love that Quinn did nothing wrong.
Also, Quinn, you are muted, just so you know. Adrian.
I'm aware.
Yeah, gotcha. Adrian, before you roll to settle your conflict,
Yes.
I'm going to say, I'm going to make it now a homebrew rule to where every time you do, that's going to be a 3 conflict. Just because at this point, you know you shouldn't.
Okay.
And that's just a basic like I really shouldn't be doing this now.
Oh yeah. That's more than fair.
Yeah, obviously Miki got the 5 for the party violence.
Yeah, so how just so that way I'm aware, how exactly do I go about resolving this?
You're gonna roll a d10.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll a d10. You actually gain 5 morality.
Because I know I'm fucking right.
Hang on. Did you roll the pale or the... Because I think you rolled the tens place D10.
No. It's the middle one next to the 8. This is what the 101 looks like.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, you gain 5 morality from it.
Because I know I'm right. Because Mikia knows.
Alright, let's resolve conflict.
Like
Yep,
Harrison Ford in Indiana Jones, we are going to die. What
Adrian,
don't
yeah,
you
you
understand?
bump up like 4 points.
Yeah, I bump up 3 actually.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, you're right.
You're good. Just because of the homebrew rule, but yeah, just this is gonna be a rough one.
Something that I'm learning as we like gain up in morality. It's so hard to be dark side.
You have to really
You have
fuck
to
up.
basically be a murder hobo to be a dark sider.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will say Mika should have gotten some conflict from theft, from
lying.
stealing, and lying also.
I was a dirty bastard when you guys met me. I'm not as dirty, but I could still be a pretty dirty bastard.
Yeah.
Not trying to be that guy, but Gio, can you lower your morality by 1 for the lie you told Timnut?
Yeah, sure, not a problem.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me just make sure I'm doing everything correct here. Because I essentially have my morality in my notes.
I like how unnecessary violence for beating NPC or PC is 4 to 5, but beating an animal is 6 to 7.
Well, if you kick a kitten, you
Like,
deserve
yeah.
to be in hell.
Like, yeah, fucking kill a guy, but if you hit a dog, I swear to God.
Pretty fucking much.
It specifically says non-sapient, so whatever can't think for itself and you hit it, nah, more conflict.
Add a fuck you to it. Oh man, like I said, I really did enjoy this evening. Like I said, the frustration I feel is just me being Mikia. You know, literally being frustrated at the situation, not finding the solution I was thinking I was going to find. You know, trying to weasel my way out, and basically saying, you know, I'm you know, we found the trackers. We left them on Demeronian. We're currently on another planet.
I
was trying.
Okay, here's the thing. I'll give this one to you for free. He's not tracking the ship. He was tracing the call.
Oh.
Yes, that's kind of what I took from it too.
You picked up the phone, and with 2 fucking despairs, those things act quick.
Well,
Yeah, pretty much.
I was gonna continue to lie my ass off and
Mhm.
try to throw, even I would have been like, I'm using NordVPN to mask my IP address. You have no idea where the fuck I am.
Oh no, that's just where I sent my my IP.
My Venmo. You didn't think I'd be
what?
so stupid as to just reveal my location.
Wait. Your Venmo is Temnut the Sexy, right? No. Oh well, I just sent all of your credit somewhere else.
I am so sorry.
Oh no, that's
Oh.
terrible.
Like I was gonna keep trying to buy time to just try to do something, and
To just
Quinn
figure
just
something out.
beautifully, Quinn just beautifully took over. You don't belong here, smash.
No, honestly, like there were so many times this session where I was just open mouth, like, "Oh my god,
Oh yeah, definitely.
they're gonna kill each other."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna say right now that no offense, Gio, but
Yes.
the way there is a toss up of who hates who more is whether Nolny hated Belloc more or whether Quinn
Mika hates
Mikia
Quinn?
more.
Oh my
I don't know if I
God.
consider that a badge of honor or not, considering I didn't know the fucking history between Belloc and Nolny at that point.
There was practically like you were there for I think all of it.
No,
You pretty much were there for all of it.
I did. All I heard was the conversation about the kids, but Stone didn't know any of that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So like here's the thing. I completely understand why Quinn hates the fuck out of Mikia. Mikia hates the fuck out of Mikia right now. Like there are levels of self-hatred of cannot believe I got myself into a situation with no fucking exits that like Mikia is just spiraling in self-hatred. I don't blame Quinn for being beyond pissed at Mikia. I don't. It's one of those things, the roles are what they are and the characters are what they are. And Adrian, I apologize. I just was like, Quinn's got to say something, or Mikia's got to say something.
No, it's totally valid, and I am hopefully hitting a turning point with Adrian as a character, but right now he is starting to turn a corner, but he is still a child who's been thrust into a situation he was literally never prepared for.
And I feel like that's like the part that Mikia has the hardest time with. Quinn is a librarian, and there's certain roles for librarians, and it's definitely not in the fucking tombs with battle droids. And
No.
Essentially, Adrian, despite his force powers, he's a fucking royal. Like, granted, military trained in certain combat situations.
No, correction. I've said this many times. Adrian
Yeah.
is not royal blood. He is not royalty. He is just a higher up. He's
Okay.
a noble. He's not royal. He is nowhere close. His family. I can't even give out information. His family is not royal.
I apologize. That was a misword on my part.
He was never spoiled. His family is just like upper middle class at best.
To be fair, Mikia would probably still see him as spoiled, considering I grew up on the fucking streets.
Spoiled, fine, not royalty. Very clearly not royalty.
I misspoke, and I apologize. Very, very poor choice of words on my part. but
Yes.
essentially someone, someone from the upper middle class, someone who, while has military training, doesn't know what it means to survive in these areas, and is just kind of blundering around, at least to how Mikia sees it. Mikia's just fucking snapped. And was like, you guys do not understand the fucking situation we're in.
And now a wrench got thrown in it with the hermit.
Yep.
And I got to figure out what I'm gonna do and what I'm gonna say, and
You have no idea the emotional bomb. Actually, I think you do have some idea of the emotional bomb you just threw down, Javen, for me.
I want you to know
Uh,
there is an entirely valid reason as to why this, but you'll have to probe for it.
Yeah, no, I mean, the good news is Quinn actually does have a legit reason to probe Quill now.
quite literally.
Oh.
You can even roll streetwise checks, because this guy might be faking it.
Fuck it, I'll do it. Because
Not
I never
now,
believed
not
Hermit.
now.
Oh,
Not now, because the session's over.
fine.
Session's over, boy.
That's
It's
fair.
shut down.
Oh man.
Can you imagine if I just dropped an emotional bomb and it was all just a fraud?
Oh, I could definitely see you doing something.
I was about to say
would-
that wouldn't be too
I
far
would
off.
drive out to your house and strangle you.
Just do like a cardboard mic drop to where it still thuds but not as heavy.
like I said, the thing is that like Mikia's prophecy, or at least like his forcing himself to have a view of the future. This was not what he was expecting.
What were you expecting, Gio? What did you envision happening when you did this?
So the thing is that, and again, I feel like I'm talking a lot for the ending credits, and I apologize.
This is just the after show, baby.
No, I know, but I feel like I took up a lot of this session, and I apologize. I was trying not to be a main character, but I feel like I got
Gio, you're the face. You're gonna talk a lot.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's how I feel as Cider most of the time.
Yeah.
So
I just start running my mouth.
I was thinking over the week after last week's session that there's a meditation room, and Mikio would know that searching room by room for something valuable, unless we found something valuable within like the first two rooms, we don't have the time or the inclination to search every valuable thing to try to come up with something. We just don't have the time. So my thought process was Mikia knew that the seers were able to predict the future. They were able to basically live in two different timelines. And I like Mikia didn't know if this was going to work. He didn't he never forced a vision before. They just kind of pop into his head, and then he gets a headache. It's not something where he goes, guys, give me a minute. I'm going to look into the future. It's more along the lines of, hey guys, what's going on? Oh, fuck. Oh shit, you owe me $20. Like that kind of thing. Like, so he was like, I was just thinking like, okay, like you don't know if you can force this. Try to meditate. You have Adrian there to back you up. Maybe you can get a force die just from having Adrian there, and maybe you can find something that will give you a guiding light out of the fucking mess that Tumnut threw you in. And you can repay your debt to Adrian. You can you can find a way to clear everything up. You can be the hero for once instead of the fucking scoundrel. And that was my thought process. That was Mikia's thought process in go to the meditation room. find something that'll help everyone, that will help everyone in this current situation. And what came up was cryptic, was confusing, was
The
was
way
not.
the force
Yeah.
works, baby.
I know, no, it was perfect. It was perfect, but it's one of those
Like-
things that
Take it from someone who played a seer for a long time. Future ain't always clear, or like controllable.
If you think for 1 second that I think past the next session, you are stupid.
Okay.
I write out the next session. I write out a few encounters and some NPCs. Storyline, I don't know shit past the next session.
Javen, this was a Hail Mary pass. That's all this fucking was. This was nine up, 9 down, Hail Mary pass, and I throw a fucking sinker. Like it's just one of those things. Like I just thought maybe I could pull something out, and I wasn't trying to like help you like write anything or anything along that line. It was literally just me like I don't have another option right now, and this is the best that I could think of, and it fucking like at least for Bikia, it failed. Like the one thing that he could bring to the table did not work. So now he's just pissed. He's angry. Quinn is not helping the situation, and
I will counter this point. Not counter. Counter's the wrong word. I'm gonna give you this piece of advice. Don't get main character syndrome.
I'm trying my best not to.
Which, when you're the face, it is very hard to separate when you're the face or if you're the main character. In a D&D party, no one should be the main character. The storyline can attach to one character a lot stronger than the others. However, as the face, you have to know when to just let the party do its thing and deal with the consequences.
Well, like I said, I'm trying my best to not have main character syndrome. I'm really trying to do my best to not do that. I will say Mikia has felt 5 ways to useless in most of this. Like he doesn't belong here. Like he's a street urchin. He's a scoundrel. This is not. He's not meant for grand adventures. He's not. He lied his way into a grand adventure. He's a fraud. He's a fake.
And the worst part is the dice are fucking you just that amount as well.
Exactly.
Like everything that you're good at, the dice are just telling you no. Like
exactly. So
straight up, I give you 2 purples against your 2 yellow and a green, and it's like 2 threats.
yeah. So like Mikia,
He's not gonna be good yet. Fuck him.
So like I understand where Adrian's coming from feeling like a failure, but Mikia is actually a failure. Like he lied his way into a position and is literally making everything worse.
Making an ass of himself after lying on his resume.
Yeah, I lied about my resume and I can't do the fucking job. Like I gave myself a resume of a CEO and I don't even know how to do entry-level jobs. Like Bikia is such a fucking fraud at this point, and I love the character for that, but it is again
Mikia's trying to be the manager at the Genius Bar when he's only ever had Samsung.
Exactly.
Very close.
And meanwhile, Adrian is literally like not the CEO, but like someone who doesn't even realize their management potential.
All of Adrian's roles have been fucking awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, Adrian has been a very lucky boy this round.
Aside from, you know, the important bits.
That yeah.
The roles have been pretty strong, which honestly makes sense for the character, I would think.
Oh, good lord, yeah. Adrian is very, very in need of some taking down.
Quinn's a crapshoot.
Quinn is very much just like it could be his day, it could not be his day.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it is his day, is it really? And when it's not his day, it's kind of his day. It's so. God, it's such a good mix. Such a
Yeah,
good fucking mix. I'm having a good
Mhm.
time.
yeah.
As am I.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording now. I forgot
Yeah,
that I
for
was
sure,
recording this
for
whole
sure.
time.
Oh yeah.